Have I just been talking and nobody can hear me?
No. Everybody hears you. Everybody hears you. Hold on one second. Ziggy wants a link.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Ziggy is here. Ziggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How
So
you doing, Ziggy?
can y'all hear? And let me make sure we're not trying to.
Any opportunity to text me, call me. I was just live about all this. We just talked about family. I do feel like family could be involved. Yes, like family of the Hills, the Bernards. We've been going after Andy Bernard since the beginning. He's family. He's family to Paul Hill. Karen's family to Paul Hill.
Well, hold on. Andy's in here. Andy's in here, guys. Jody Sue's in here. I'm going to drop a link for all you guys.
Talking to all them.
Can I talk to Fred? Can I actually talk to Fred?
No, he's not here, Benny.
He's in the chat though, right? So he can come up. Why you so like pipe down, Ziggy? Ziggy, pipe down. You taking this real personally, and you have a whole history on this.
Problems between me and Tiffany, and you're just trying to cause problems, Benny. This is about Summer Wells.
Ziggy, this is about using your own words. Like you are all piped up.
You're talking shit, dude.
I'm talking.
What are you talking about?
So tell me what I've been wrong about, or tell me how you feel like I'm talking shit about you.
Talking shit. What are you talking about? 5 stories. What 5 stories? I'm waiting to hear it, Benny.
What 5 stories? What do you mean?
What you're talking about?
What do you mean 5 stories?
Hole in this community. Why are you using it for bang? Are you back on drugs now that your mom's out of town? Why are you doing this?
My mom is downstairs, and all of a sudden, because it's not going. Hey, can you mute her for? Hey, Ziggy, mute her for a minute.
Hold on, guys. Wait. Ziggy,
wait. It's not going your way. It has to be about drugs and this and that. Don't you have a past of drugs too? Because you're the one seems like you're twitching all out on the internet, sweetie. You're up all night, like wandering around in a room.
You were just talking good about Fred like a couple weeks ago. Now all of a sudden you.
Yeah, now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of new stuff.
Oh, sure.
Ziggy?
What about Fred? Sure. What?
Ziggy, hold on now. Pipe down.
It's just lies.
You got it's lies.
Causing fucking bullshit.
Pipe down, Ziggy. Just wait a minute. Pipe down.
Hey, Ziggy, let him talk, and then you can answer.
Why did Fred tell Ernie?
He text me. He doesn't care. He wants.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm very careful about having contact with people in my real life. I don't want to invite you. Listen, Ziggy. I don't want to invite tarot card readers into my real life, sweetheart. That's the honest God truth of it.
How long ago was that I did that? Have I done it since?
So why listen to me? You're really showing your cards here, Ziggy. And no pun intended. What do you mean it has to? My mom is out of town, and so I'm on drugs, and that's why I'm telling the truth about you. What are you talking about, Ziggy?
Why are you acting like?
No. You're not gonna skate out of this, Ziggy. You're not gonna skate out of this. Okay. My mom is out of town, so I'm on drugs, right?
Well, I don't know. You obviously.
No, you seem to know. You and Donna Serafina got all the answers, baby. You seem to know.
You're not.
Pipe down. Settle down. Listen, Ziggy. Listen.
I would have had a conversation with you. I would have gone on with you.
Ziggy, pipe down.
Because you're fucking trying to accuse. What is it? This is serious to us, Benny.
Why is it so serious?
Because this is our life.
It's what? It's your life?
Work with fucking law enforcement.
You chose this life, Ziggy.
Okay, but I'm married to him now, Benny. I understand.
No, yeah, I get it, and I hope that it's in you.
Because I'm Fred's wife.
Because what?
Because I'm Fred's wife, you can harass us. Is that what you're saying? You're just playing games, dude.
I'm playing games.
It's real. No, what? Ask the real questions. Talk about Summer Wells.
I'm on drugs because my mom's out of town, right? Okay, Ziggy. Try again, Ziggy. Now check this out. Hey, Ziggy.
Erratic. Why are you fucking talking?
Erratic? What are you talking about? You are screaming and hollering. What are you?
You're putting posts up about Fred
Ziggy,
Lane.
how come you and Fred? Listen, Ziggy. Hey, Ernie, please. I have a question, and she's not gonna let me get my question in, bro.
Okay,
go ahead.
Why did you and Fred? Hold on. Why did you and Fred? Ziggy, please stop. Let me get one question in, please. Why did you? Golly,
Ziggy, let him ask his question, and y'all let you answer.
You set this up. This whole
set this up.
No. Hold on, Ziggy. Go ahead.
Set this up. Why did you and Fred give Ernie the information about Cody Compton and send him out there on that? That's my question.
You could set him up to put him on camera here with Benny. Benny could always ask us.
No. You heard my question, Ziggy. Why did you and Fred give Ernie the Cody Compton information? What does that have to do with any of it?
What are you talking? There's a Cody Compton that lives right there around the 35.
You aren't answering my question. They are at Fred. Listen, they're at Fred. How come you're not talking about Cody Compton then, but you want Ernie to talk about him?
I'm talking about Cody Compton right now.
No, you're screaming. No one can hear anything you're saying,
What are
Ziggy.
you talking about, Benny? Why do we want to talk about something that's dangerous?
What's that now?
We don't want to talk about anything dangerous. Ernie's the one that wanted to take it on. That's why we weren't going to talk about it. Fred,
what's dangerous about it?
He's 5 floors. Benny, you don't know these people.
Listen, why is it dangerous to Fred if Cody Compton has nothing to do with it? Why is it dangerous to Fred?
Okay, Benny, stop.
No, answer the question, Ziggy.
What do you mean? He's on. How do we know if he's involved or not? What are you talking about?
You want Ernie to talk about Cody Compton. Meanwhile,
we don't want him to talk about him. He wants to talk about him.
You're fired up. You are piped up, Ziggy. Are you on drugs, Ziggy?
Are you? Do I need to call your probation officer? This is bullshit. You're supposed to be on here.
No, I am supposed to be on here,
you're
honey.
fucking not, dude.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're banned from YouTube. I was here. Do you not fucking remember?
That was bond conditions. I am no longer on bond.
But you're banned from YouTube.
Call him then, Ziggy.
No, I'm not going to call him, but there's a reason.
Then why would you threaten it? You are. I got the thumb on the pulse, I think.
Threatening, I'm responding to your bullshit, Benny. What the fuck?
Whoa.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, Ziggy?
I'm pissed. This is my life.
Are you afraid that someone else is going to buy the rights to it? Like, what are you doing, lady?
You do not care.
You going to call my probation officer? That's what you want to do?
No, I'm not going to call your probation. You know I wouldn't.
So you just threaten. You just. No, I don't, because you called the police on me before trying to get him to put a case on me.
I was the only one that apologized to you. I apologized to you, and I felt fucking bad.
So now I'm on drugs, and you're going to call my probation officer.
Huh?
So now, tonight I'm on drugs, my mom's gone, and you're going to call my probation officer.
Okay, I was told that your mom...
How about I call Fred's probation officer? Would you like that?
Oh, the people already have.
No, I haven't. And you know I got away with words, baby. I got a real way with words, baby. Don't threaten me, queen. So look.
He's not doing anything wrong, Benny. That's what you don't get. When you're not doing anything wrong, there's nothing to worry about.
Exactly, Ziggy.
Okay, I'm pissed because you're insinuating stuff that's
no, you're venomous. You are past pissed. Yes, you are venomous.
Because you're coming up with bullshit because you're trying to freaking
tell me, okay, just pipe down for a minute. What has actually been bullshit though? Tell me which part.
You're accusing us of something because we freaking talked to something up to Ernie about privacy.
What am I accusing you of?
That's not
Ziggy, what am I accusing you of? Just tell me that.
On my channel before he even put it out, I even said watch Ernie's later.
Ziggy, what am I accusing you of?
Oh yeah, you're not accusing of anything. You were just saying something about Friday.
No, you just said I'm a baby. You are all over the place, honey.
Well,
just settle down. Settle down.
You told me you were going to be freaking professional. This was a trick. You tried to trick me to get.
You are screaming. I've been very professional, Ziggy.
Okay, go.
I've been very professional. I've kept my calm and cool with you. You said I'm on drugs. My mom's out of town. Now you're going to call my probation officer. I'm not supposed to be on the internet.
That's such a horrible insult. Your mom's out of town. Big fucking deal. Let's go to the topic. Sorry, I was wrong about that. Sorry, I said that. Okay, can we go on?
Okay, so
I'm not talking to this fucking psycho bitch that's up here either. Can we drop her while I'm talking to Benny, please?
Why you calling me names?
When we say we want to be professional, all of us.
I'll bring you back up in a second. I'll bring you back up in a second.
Now, this is the thing. What's interesting to me is that I've not came on here and told a lie about you or Fred.
Okay, okay, come on with your question, Benny. You're just going around. What is it?
No, I'm not going around.
You're just playing games, dude.
I'm playing games?
Come on.
You've just threatened me and insinuated I'm on.
Because you fucking disrespected me. You get the same energy back.
How did I disrespect you? Tell me how I disrespected you.
Dude, I knew what you were up to the last couple of days, making posts of Fred laying down like he's getting ready to run, as if you're not insinuating or saying anything. Benny, come on.
What I said is how does it look? You've taken multiple. Hold on. You've taken multiple pictures of this man fully dressed with his shoes on and his coat on, laying in bed.
It was
multiple
cute.
times.
You saw the dogs next to it, didn't you? It was freaking cute. Do you not take pictures of Rosie and you together? That was a cute picture.
It was cute. You're right. I'm not saying it wasn't cute. It was darling. It was darling. It was darling. It was darling. No, I'm not trying to fire you up, Ziggy. I just what I've seen is like a real pattern. Even from what you making me feel like a victim tonight. I ain't done nothing to you.
Okay, go on, Benny. Stop.
I'm on drugs. You're gonna call my probation officer. No, listen. No. If I wasn't here and you were just saying these things, you would be lying to these people. My mom is here. I am not on drugs. But
what is the deal? What is going on?
Listen. When I tell the truth, you're gonna lie. You're gonna tell all these people. You think I would risk being on the internet if I wasn't supposed to be talking about you and Fred, Ziggy? I have no interest in violating a probation if I'm not supposed to be here for you and Fred, Ziggy. Oh my God, but you said that.
I'm sorry.
You are dangerous, Ziggy. You're dangerous.
See what you're doing, Benny. Can we just please?
Hey, Tiff.
Please just work together for summer, please.
Can everybody?
So you want a cry closet? You want a vacuum tube? Like Ziggy, I'm asking you. I'm asking. Okay, so they're the tough questions.
What's the tough question? There's been no questions, dude. What?
You've been screaming over top of me, and I have asked you questions.
Go.
Ernie, I don't know, bro. I think I'm gonna have to tap out, bro. Like this is the insanity.
On my panel, dude. You could have texted me.
I don't want to invite psychic medium stuff into my life. I'm sorry, Ziggy. It's real. It's real.
Okay. Well, I won't do readings on you. If you asked me not to, I wouldn't.
Okay, thank you. So my question is.
I understand that people don't want readings done on them. That's I understand that. That is totally fine. I get that.
I don't intrude. I try not to intrude on people's life, and I appreciate that because when you were doing it, I asked you, and you stopped.
I understand. I understand.
So let me ask you a question, and this is like outside of anything. This is you answering for you and not answering. And I'm not saying. I think a lot of times you answer for Fred because you genuinely know the answer to the question, and that's fair enough, right? Let me ask you this way: have you ever caught Fred in a lie the whole time you've been with him?
No.
Not one?
Nope. Not one time.
Then I would say you guys do have a holy matrimony. Now,
that's what I always tell people. It's like I've never caught him in a lie, and I caught my ex in lies like every day of the week. You know what I mean? That's why.
I get it. Yeah, I do. I do.
I haven't ever caught him in a lie.
Do you know when is the last time Fred has submitted a tip to the TBI?
When the last time he has personally?
When is the last time that Fred has submitted a tip?
Well, he went in personally last year, like it was May or something, when he submitted that stuff from the halfway house. Earlier when was that? Earlier this year, around January of 2025 or December of 2024, was that incident when I emailed him information that Fred told me.
When's the last, let me ask you this question. Besides
nothing in the past 30, 60 days.
No.
Okay.
Has he visited?
What I'm trying to track down is like, where could this tip have come from?
Ernie?
Has law enforcement visited him in the last
Ernie,
60 days?
Your audio backed up.
Not at all. They haven't even contacted us.
Or maybe I just can't hear Ernie. I guess there's some sort of confliction. I was just curious as to, if Fred did make a tip that led to this movement, I would sure hope that it wouldn't be known on the internet, right? Like a lot of this stuff isn't for the internet.
No, he didn't make this tip, and he doesn't know anything about this tip at all. Or the last time he talked to this Paul guy was when his dad passed away. This guy was called. He's a pastor, and asked if he wanted to preach at the funeral, and he declined. And that's it. So this Paul guy, you said earlier in the chat that this is Fred's uncle. Oh yeah, it's Fred's uncle. Okay, and it's Fred's uncle. So this is Fred's brother, or I'm sorry, Fred's dad's name is Ronald Fred Hill, and he has like 11 brothers and sisters, and Paul is one of his brothers, and he's a pastor. He also has, he does have a, there are pigs there on that property and stuff, and they do. And you know what? Like, I am suspicious of somebody who knows him or something like that, possibly like connected to him or family. I would too. That has access to that property. A lot of public go in and out of that property because he has like I'm serious. This guy, like, he has like the honor system. Like, he sells timber and meat, and there's this open where like you could come in and you just drop your money in a little box, like a lockbox. So he has something like that, and people come and pick up products and stuff like that. But that's like inviting them onto the property, but to a point, right? Like, yeah, and he every week he does process meat weekly and stuff, but he has a brother, or he has a son that lives a couple houses down.
So there are, let me ask you a question. So there are a butcher place there, like a butcher shop?
Drug trade?
Yeah, I mean, he does process meat there. I mean,
so it's a butcher shop.
I don't know if I guess it would be considered a butcher shop, right? I mean, I suppose. Fred's not even right here or whatever, but maybe he'll come in here after things calm down or whatever. He just does not want to fight with everybody, and I'm sorry that I got heated, and maybe it's okay. I know, Benny, I'm sorry. Like, I should never threaten. Nobody should ever call anybody as probation officers, guys. Like,
so Ziggy, I want you to know, we're not trying to catch Fred up in anything or nothing.
Ernie, I'm having a little issue.
I was just live. Like, why didn't anybody ask me then? Or you guys could just ask. Like,
I didn't even know you were live. I was at work and I got out at right around 8:45. I didn't even know you were live. To be completely honest with you. So I mean, like, I honestly kind of thought the whole thing about Fred, running was kind of funny in a way, because I could see why you would think. I mean, but it's just because he's laying there with his jacket and boots on. But he had just come outside. It was actually, I had taken a picture right before that, and he was awake. And I said, pretend you're asleep, because it would look cute with the two dogs laying there. So he wasn't even actually sleeping. Oh, and I had mentioned that in my video too. I was like, maybe he wasn't even asleep. It was a photo op, maybe.
Yes.
No, Ziggy, I don't know if you heard or not, but
So
I was talking about the different dogs.
Historically, what has been Fred's relationship with his Uncle Paul?
So, and I'm going by, maybe, like I said, after things calm down, he'll come in here maybe. So what he's told me, he hasn't talked to him since that phone call, and he didn't show up to the funeral for his brother's funeral, that Paul guy. So when they have a strained relationship, because when Fred was in his 20s, Paul accused them of stealing weed or something. So Fred's family is big into, many of them were big into selling. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus and shit,
No, I get it.
Very, very long time ago. He probably doesn't even do it anymore. I'm just saying, like, he accused Fred, and then he found out who it was. But in the meantime, while he was accusing Fred, it caused a lot of rift in the family and stuff. And yeah, they just haven't been cool, really. I mean, they just haven't really talked much. But I do know, and I'm not just saying this, I'm just telling you guys what I know. I know, like, people are gonna be like, I do know Andy used to do dealings with him back in the day. I don't know about recently or anything. Paul and Andy used to be like pretty close, and Andy's mom. But I don't think, like, if you look underneath those comments and stuff, did you guys read those comments of that post and everybody talking about Paul? I really doubt this Paul guy is like involved in any way. I would bet it would have to be somebody around him.
Okay. So the other thing was just kind of tracking down, and it's hard for me to dictate between what's factual, what's opinion. So did the dogs hit on Fred's property by the cars or anywhere on his property?
There was this thin dog hit by, like, up. I don't want to say it wrong, because I'm the one that's freaking said it completely wrong. And it was at the bottom of the drive. I don't want to say it wrong.
It was this dog right here, Ziggy.
It wasn't it. I think he said something about the bridge right there, right?
Yeah, there was definitely on the bridge.
Okay.
And then at the top of, yes, there was an area somewhere up the driveway, up 207 a little bit. But you guys got to remember, Candace was there too while he was gone. So, Candace stopped there at it was around 5:30, and he never usually carried a phone. That's why people are having the hardest time getting a hold of him now. Like, he's just a hermit type. Yep. And he would just show up to purchase drugs and stuff. And he had to stop by that day to, get something. And Fred wasn't there. And when he was there, Candace had stopped by and asked, but Fred didn't know, like, when he finally got back that evening, he didn't know that Chad had been there, like, right away. So
Fred's security system, to whatever effect that was.
It was like, those were trail cams.
Okay. So
like, he would, I hope he does come in here after, since things have calmed down. I know he was just not wanting to argue.
No, I get it.
So
when remember in the video, you guys' first interaction, he said there was a vehicle down in here, and for the life of him, he couldn't remember what it was, but he can remember everything else. Was that vehicle? Did he ever go back on his cards and see what that vehicle was? Yeah.
I think the one that he couldn't, for the life of him. Now he couldn't. I think that was that the Mississippi, that girl in from Mississippi. They were saying that she was in from college, and that she was cleared supposedly. But hold on, man.
So here's the thing, everybody. We want everybody to understand that we're not out here trying to get anyone. And you can hear me, right, Benny?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure, because it wasn't showing up on mine that my audio was working. Again, and I'm glad Ziggy came up. A lot of people in chat. Yeah, I am too. A lot of people, I know a lot of people want to hear Fred, and I understand Fred's way about it. I do understand Fred's way about it. But I know that everybody wants to hear Fred. I've got a ton of messages. Let Fred talk. But sometimes that you got to take what you can get, folks. And here's the thing: we're not trying to push nobody. Go ahead.
He told me he might come in and speak up, a little bit. So
yeah, let him know that we're not trying to do anything. I already told everybody. I talked to Hawkins County. They told me today that it was scent dogs. It was not cadaver dogs. Cadaver dogs wasn't even brought in until later on during the searches. That's a fact.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like it makes sense.
It might have said cadaver dogs the first interview. And did he know immediately that I was recording him at first? I didn't really straight up tell him, but he pretty much, knew. Like, I told you.
But you went in. I remember when you recorded him. It was when you first talked to him and you cut the live off, right?
Well, I went down to Tennessee many times. Like, first time was January of 2022 when I first met him. And that was the first time. And I didn't straight up say at first that I was recording him. But towards the end, I let him know that I had recorded, because I was like, actually, okay, he's pretty cool. He probably won't really care anything, because he seemed very open with the information and stuff. But I didn't say, like, I was, about YouTube or anything. I don't think. Right. I don't remember.
No, yeah, you were like, I have a YouTube channel. And,
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So no, it for me.
That's right. You're right. I did because I asked if he knew who I was.
Yes, for me, it was like I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff like with. It feels like brand new eyes, but then again, like I'm 4.5 years behind, right? And so, forgive me if I'm coming off the wrong way. I'm just like really super confused because now I feel like I don't understand anything that I know. What I think I know, I don't understand any of it now, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's not. But um, like so, some of this stuff, like you can see that anytime that there's any movement with the Wells stuff, Summer stuff it tries to hang up in the clouds for as long as it can, and then it comes crashing down, and then this whole place it implodes and turns inside out. And that's why I had spoken with Tiffany and I had spoken with Ernie and a few other people, and I said, man, I really wished that I know that the police have, they have to have this sense of transparency.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like this wasn't useful, right? Like this whole search thing, it wasn't useful.
Mm-hmm.
Then then the WICB or whatever it is, the news lady goes on and she gives an exact address and she gives pictures and says who the home is registered to. And
there's
I'm like,
there's a lot of people upset that are like, I guess because he's a really good person, and if you look in the comments, there's a lot of people upset. But like, I think a lot of people, I kind of feel like, yeah, somebody, from what I'm seeing and what people were saying, yeah, somebody could have taken advantage of this guy's niceness or something, or had some kind of access to his property.
And that was my main thing. And anyone that I talked to probably would tell you, like, the reason I didn't want to jump on and do any Google Earth stuff is how I explained it was like the hot cold game, right? Remember when you were little, you close your eyes and you're looking for something, and your mom might say, "You're getting warmer, you're getting warmer, you're getting colder." And I felt like if this whole thing happened, even with the time lapse of 5 or 6 days, I felt like there was always the possibility that if they didn't find anything or didn't find what they went there looking for, or was told was there, if there is genuinely something in the area. Now my concern is that the FBI and the TBI, these people aren't going to stay there 24 hours. They got to leave. They got to go home. So once they see everybody clear out, if there's something there, they could go move it, right?
I wonder if we, because of the public, like there's a lot of people upset about this guy's name. I wonder if we can get enough people to get on law enforcement to try to tell us more. I don't know. I mean, enough to say like, oh, anything.
No, I understand, and that's where I'm torn, right? I'm torn between wanting a finality of whatever sort for Summer, for it to be over, and for the justice phase to start if there is truly an offender that needs to be brought to justice. But I just feel like there's so many things from the onset all the way through and towards the end of all of these cases that just shouldn't be for the internet, right? Because it really just it's giving you a skylight into a situation that really isn't any of our business, right? And I think that this is case in point, right? Like this is it. Now the Fields Road deal, when there was that was a search and potentially on someone's property that we all know, and that they actually made media, they published media saying that they possibly found digital forensic evidence. It didn't get any of the press that this got because there was so much going on in the early stages. Like that search way back then with the possible digital evidence seemingly was worth way more than what this is now to me, right? Because if they would have found Summer running around kicking a ball over there at Paul Hills, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. So if did they find something that's not going to be what we all want and we just don't know yet? I don't know. But now what's happened is Paul has this sort of buddy system for wood. He's got some ponds, or there's little bodies of water there. It could be people coming and going. There could be hunters.
He does also have the meat, too, like where he processes meat. So I could see why that would be suspicious to people. But I would think I would look into people tied to him, not directly him. I don't know him. Okay. I'm just going by like what I'm reading about, what the locals are saying about him, what I'm hearing from what Fred knows about him and stuff. And the reason why I brought up the Cody Compton, was because I can tell you privately, but truly, we were really wanting to stay out of that.
No, I completely get it, but I think for me, with the way American criminal justice is set up,
out there,
it's innocence before guilt, right? So now even this Paul Hill, at least as far as the internet is concerned, there's a crosshair on Paul Hill, right? He's become public enemy number one to a lot of people on the internet, and some of those people.
Imagine, from what my understanding, actually, there's people mad that are knowing Paul and blaming Fred for the shit Paul's getting, like Fred, because that's what I was seeing in the comments is like people basically insinuating that it was something that came from Fred. Fred doesn't know anything about. We haven't been focused on that area at all. Like that's what was so out of left field for us. You know what I mean? Like besides the trip to Bailington, I guess there's something about a trip to, or Fred was telling me about that. There's something about Bailington. That could, where Don. Oh, and that's where
Don would go, was Bailington.
And people are saying that supposedly Don crashed his vehicle on this guy's property, and this Paul guy gave him a ride home, which is weird because if that's true, that would be just like very close to where he got the DUI. you know, so he crashed his Subaru at Paul Hill supposedly, and then also got his DUI right there at Widow Hollow and Van
But
Hill.
like for Don, that's like a major thoroughfare. Also understanding that like Don was on a live stream when he got the DUI, like he was going to get cigarettes. So like to me, Van Hill doesn't have like near. I get it. Like a lot of conspiracy people on the side of conspiracy, they want to make Van Hill something, and then in the dismissal of the protection order, they put Van Hill. I've even heard people say Candace wrote their address down as Van Hill. That was not Candace's handwriting at all, right? So there's a lot of speculation about Van Hill, and what I can tell just by looking at the map. And I actually had been on the road before. Back when I went, as I was looking at people's Google Earth streams, I'm like, yeah, no, I've been right there. You know, not necessarily right there, but a lot of the stuff they're showing, like I passed by it driving around and stuff. But a lot of people are placing a lot of empty emphasis, in my opinion, on the whole Van Hill Road, right? There's people running off to the left and the right and down the middle saying this has to be it because, well, Don got his DUI on Van Hill. Like there could be 100 different, you know, maybe Don knows when he's drunk, he goes down Van Hill because there's less cops, or, you know, maybe he knows this store is open and going this way, there's no store open. I don't know what it is exactly, but I don't find it to be so significant that Don had a DUI on that road, right? Like to me, it doesn't weigh up to anything, right?
Except the only thing about that is, I mean, is that he travels that road. I think he was going to get cigarettes, so that would show that that's probably where he goes normally for cigarettes. Because if that's where he's going that night, then he probably traveled a lot, like you were saying. So,
you know, I don't know. In not knowing anything about Paul, and you know, I'm not even going to delve into him. I've never been one that does the background searches, and I have showed some background searches, but it's stuff that other people sent to me, right? I don't hold any account with any of that stuff. I don't care about who Paul Hill is in his past. Like I'm just waiting for the police to do their job. I think before, you know, I would have maybe jumped in and said, well, hey, somebody find out about Paul Hill. Like I don't know anything about the guy, and all I can say in the hunt of innocence before guilt, like the guy is innocent, right? He's not been brought up on any charges. He's not been brought to jail. You know, maybe some of the locals could say, like, I don't think they're probably staking out his house. It could just be a routine thing that someone said, hey, there's XYZ on Van Hill. You need to go check it out. And they did just that.
I don't know about it being a routine thing, though. It's got to be something important because, you know, it does have to be something, though, because there's a lot of people that have turned in tips and they don't even freaking respond usually most of the time. Or if they do, you wouldn't know. So I really do think it's something, but they must have had some kind of good, like something pretty relevant for them to, I don't know. I'm hearing conflicting things. Like, were they really digging stuff? Is that true? Like, if that's, I mean,
I think, you know, when it all boils down at the end of the day, the only thing that any of us really know is that they were there and they performed some sort of search. I don't think there's any conclusive proof to say they even went in the man's house or any structures on his property. All we know is that, you know, the locals say, right? The locals say that's what the WYCB lady or whatever, she said locals told her that this was the address they were at. That could have been very well true. There's a possibility, I think, that they could have parked anywhere along that stretch and blocked it off and went on many different properties, right? So, so I guess the only thing that upsets me is for Paul Hill, because he really has, if he has nothing to do with anything nefarious, he has a bullseye on his back now, right? And I get it. It's people jumping the gun. They want answers. They want transparency. But look at the Michael Vaughn situation, right? The Michael Vaughn situation, all the information was kept in a vacuum. Now look, there's real justice coming, you know? So I think that sort of needs to be the model.
They put those suspects out, though. They put out a list of actual suspects. They said names, you know? They haven't done that for Summer Wells. We're just speculating on who the suspects are. Everyone's a suspect. Nobody's been named specifically. I wish they would. Like, I wish they'd give us something. And hopefully, maybe by this man getting, you know, harassed, or maybe law enforcement will come out and say something. I don't know. Like, you know, they sure haven't come out and told any truth about. I mean, I've been hoping that they would do that with Fred for so long, and they haven't. So, but this is an old man. You know what I mean? Like,
Anyway, so I got a question. I got a question. When and this goes back to the tree business and stuff. You remember that, Ziggy?
Yeah.
The tree guys was there. Was Paul Hill there during this time, or was that?
No, I don't. No, Paul isn't part of any tree. Well, he has that lumber business. That's right. So
He's got the lumber business now.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So here's what questions I've got. They're saying it's like a butcher shop,
Remember, I interviewed with I ran into a couple of the tree people that were there, and
oh yeah, I got that. That's what we listened to today. We listened to that. So was that about? So my question is this. Someone said a specific person was there, but if it was by the county, was that on the county? Because the county at this time, that person wouldn't have been allowed to work for the county unless he was doing community service. Was that what the deal was?
It was a different tree cutting company. The tree cutting company that was at the wells was Davies or something like that.
Okay, cool deal.
Yeah, and also from what Fred's not in here right now, he did try to come in here, but he can't hear from my computer; it's too low. But maybe he'll come back here. But from what was I going to say about the? Oh, from what Fred told me, they don't do that kind of, like, they're not contracted. That one hill tree company, like, they don't contract out, so they wouldn't have been called out there. You know, that was something contracted by the wouldn't that be contracted by the city or county, like you were just saying?
The county would be we would contract that out.
I don't think they get contracted from what Fred was. I don't think, but I don't know how much he would really know about that tree business. But it's just a private company. Davies is something that's a much bigger tree company. Like,
so I got the official. So here's something too. I got the official time that the dogs were out there at Fred's in the morning. It was 10:23 a.m. It is on the 16th, in the earlier part of the 16th, or early morning, 10:23 a.m. Fred had told me it had been about 10 o'clock. It was actually about 10:23. That's when they pulled up with the dogs. That's when the dogs was there on the next morning on the 16th. Just to clear it up, if y'all need records on that.
Well, I'm sorry how I came on here. I feel really bad that I got upset like that.
No, I understand. I completely do.
And I don't encourage anybody to contact people's probation officers, guys. We could handle it differently. I just got mad. Sometimes that's the thing. That's why, like, I do better not impromptu stuff like this. I get mad and I can't think of what I don't.
Let me say this, Ziggy. You have a loved one now that's in your family, and we understand. I can understand why you would be upset. Well, I can.
Guys, like, he's a really, really good person, and that's why I back him so strongly. And I understand, like, a lot of women back their men, even when they're not good people. But I'm just not one of those. I would never. I'm just not like that. I used my ex. He lied every freaking day. Like, God.
Right.
All the time. And Fred is a very honest person, and his memory, I have noticed, is really, really good. Now, when it comes to hearing, he could get something wrong when it comes to hearing, maybe, because. Right.
Well, and here's the thing, Ziggy, you have to understand these people in chat, it ain't that they don't, okay, so they've not been like what we have been. We're YouTube creators. We understand how people are. We understand how people do, and what we understand we have limitations, and we understand what we're able to do and what we can't do. See, these people in chat, they're wanting to hear from Fred himself. They're always saying, well, Ziggy's up there and she's answering the questions for Fred, and Fred's never answering the questions. And they don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading a comment. Like, people make up. If somebody just sent me a comment where a certain person was saying, they go around and say things like, oh, just making up stuff. Sorry, I got distracted, but yeah, I know. I don't know where he is right now. He got pretty upset because of how things were going, but hold on.
Well, here's the thing. We're not trying to get him or nothing. We're not trying to do anything like that. He was talking to me in Messenger, and I was having a great conversation with him. As a matter of fact, I did all this so we could clear this up about this.
Yeah, but I was just live right before this, and he's always like, he's talking in the background. Anybody can always come in and ask him questions when I'm live and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't really like being tricked, unprompted. He's not like us. He's very, very, very. He's not like one who likes a lot of attention and stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not trying to put him. We're not trying to put him in nothing.
I have to pretty much beg him. I have to kind of do it in a like laid back type way and just kind of go live, and he'll kind of be hanging around, and so that's how I get him to participate in mine. And like, as far as it took a lot of convincing for the Donna and Lauren, even the Cher. That's why it was so disappointing with Cher, is because like we really wanted this lie detector test,
Well, let me ask you a question, because I wasn't really I heard about it, and I seen there was a big hype about it. But what was the straw that really broke the camel's back on that there? What happened?
Like, so we told her from the beginning, like, she knew about Fred's ID situation and he didn't have one. We've even told her, she acted like it wasn't going to be a big deal, like that she would figure it out. Like I said, I told him what we had the birth certificate and everything. Well, it was like literally a week before we were supposed to do it. She tells us, oh, we have to have the ID. There's no, so we try and go get it. And then they say, and we record our visit, and they even give it to her to show people like exactly what happened. And they said we had to have a social security. It's been a big runaround. Okay. She did not, this person, so right when she found out we couldn't get the ID right then, she panicked, basically just like.
Okay, so are you saying somebody named Andy Paul is in chat? Because that's Paul Hill, right? Is that what we look?
No.
Okay, Andy Paul. Oh, okay. So they're going back to his. Okay, I see what you're saying, guys. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see. Sorry about that. So let's say this right here. So polygraph test, $450, $500, right? And it was going to be Andy Bernard and Fred Hill with the test, right? Right. What about if I say I'll take my company, I'll take my people and sponsors and cover all of that? Would Fred take a polygraph test, and would Andy? Could we do the same thing, people? Because I don't care to cover that. I could cover that.
If you guys have something set as a legit polygraph, like, I know Fred would do it.
Okay, well, okay. So let's say that we could work with that. We could probably work with something like that, as long as we want it to be legit. Everything to be legit. It'll be someone from Tennessee, someone who's registered, licensed.
Be two different people, because like we're up here in Indiana and he's down there in Tennessee. So.
Okay. So you can't try. You have to have somebody in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Permission and all that stuff from his probation officer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we'd have to get permission from his probation officer and all that too, as well.
Yeah, to go out of state. Yeah.
Oh, no. So you say we could do it in Indiana, right?
Yeah,
like Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look into that. Let me look into that and see what we can do with that. Let me look into that.
There's several that people have gotten hold of that said that they would work with us and, they'll take his birth certificate. I mean, he's clearly who he says he is. So
Obviously, yeah. So he does have a birth certificate, you're saying?
yeah. And then he has a picture on his phone of his old Tennessee paper ID.
Okay. So
sorry, I'm not really. I'm feeling I'm probably gonna go here. I'm feeling pretty kind of bummed how that all went down. And
well, I can understand it. I understand. There was a lot of people who want to talk to you about it. Yeah.
I'm pretty. I don't know. I'm not mad at you. I'm just pretty upset with myself getting.
You jumped the gun, Ziggy. You jumped the gun.
Well, no, he clearly was pushing my buttons, but I know how Benny is.
He's Benny Keyz. What do you expect?
I know, but it's okay. I mean, I just don't like the. I've worked so hard for so long to get this. There's so much confusion in this case,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
It's frustrating, like to have to keep going over the same things over and over, and like people just are intentionally, because they don't like me, they want to just intentionally say certain things about Fred instead of actually looking at the evidence. It doesn't even make sense to me why anybody is even. I guess people don't know Fred like I know him, I suppose.
Right.
I try to think of it like that.
Hold on a minute, Kaz. I'm not talking about having no donations. I ain't worried about that part. I mean, I've got like $6,000 or something coming. I wouldn't care to, put that out there to help out with a polygraph test. If it's going to bring out peace and if it's going to bring out some kind of understanding and clarity to the people, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't care a bit to even do that. But I would like to go a step further. I would like to have, maybe have a polygraph test with Fred, Andy Bernard, and Candace. That was what I'd want. I'd want Candace involved in it too. I've been talking to Candace on Messenger. I mean, maybe we could do something like, maybe we could, I'd probably have to pay her to get that done. Oh, but we could probably do something like that. It's not impossible, Ziggy. I mean, it's not impossible at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that'd be big for the community. So a lot of people are asking for Ziggy, about, they're actually asking you this. They're saying, whenever you're up or Fred's wanting to talk or something, you don't never let him talk, but you talk for him. Is that true? No. I don't know, because
No, it's not true. They're just trying to fucking talk shit. It's not true. Fred is half deaf. A lot of times I have to repeat himself. I do think, like Benny says, that sometimes I just answer things because I feel like I know the answer or whatever. And he has, sometimes, but I've been really aware of that. I mean, you could watch Donna and the Lauren one we did. Yeah, I don't feel like I do that at all. Sometimes I have to repeat things.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard when Donna done the live that Fred was very fluent and he was able to talk to her and do things. So, I mean, is that I just don't understand, because I know, that a lot of people have been messaging me and like, if Fred comes up, is Ziggy going to come? I don't know anything about that. I've watched it a couple times.
Nobody asked him to do this. Like, you guys pretty much you forced it. You told him that you were going to be on to cut, that you just wanted him in chat to verify something, and then you just sprung this on us.
Well, so yeah, I've asked him to come on panel before, and he wouldn't.
Him if he doesn't want to. I mean, I can't help it though. Like that, he's messaging you, and he'll send you voice messages and everything that you could use.
Yeah, right. I understand that. Hold on one second.
Somebody said brings views and stuff, guys, but he's just not like a show, a freaking circus act.
Right. And I don't want to treat it as a circus thing at all. I don't want to do that at all. Like, it literally, I talked to the people that, I talked to some of the people that were there who had the dogs, who knows about the dogs. And they said in the beginning, there was no cadaver dogs. There were scent dogs. They were searching, there were scent dogs. And actually, one of them was a DEA dog. Did you know that?
I probably, Fred probably knew that, but Fred's upset. I think I'm going to go.
Okay, I understand, and I think
back. He messaged me and says, I think he's just. I think when things calm down or something, maybe, and when we do this the right way, and I understand that you want him up here and stuff, and you want to answer questions, but like, I'm live all the time. People can come in my chat and like ask him stuff all the time without me interfering. People message him all the time. There's Benny can message him. Benny can text him. Like, there's no reason for.
Ziggy, let me say this. You know who I'm
calling. Remain calm. You have people like Remain Calm waiting in tow to come up here and freaking come up here and trick us. You know what I mean?
Well, I understand. I have an open panel for everybody. But Ziggy, let me say this to you. Ziggy.
Shit. So why? I don't owe her anything. These people can come in to listen to my lives. And so you set it up so to trick us, like, so Fred and I would be here, and hopefully you can get these people to just come up and start asking us questions.
First off, that was not set up for that. I wasn't going to let nobody up.
How come Benny is under the impression that we told you to put out this stuff about this guy? Like, when
so Cody just messaged me, Ziggy. If you really want to know the truth, I'll tell you the truth.
You said Cody, the Kingsport one.
But see, Fred told me that he was part of the gang as well. Oh, hold on a minute, guys. But he told me, I got the message. He told me he was part of the gang as well. See, that's what I don't understand, and that's why I even started looking into Cody for Ziggy.
Fred told you that guy was in the gang too. How would he? Why? When? Are you going by his tattoos or something? Fred only knows, or was only talking about, I don't know if they're in the same, if he told you he wasn't, he's trying to change his life around, maybe it's true. Fred doesn't know, I don't know if he knows both the Cody Comptons, or I just thought he knew that one. We didn't even want to talk about this, Ernie. You know that. We didn't want to freaking just randomly. We were just saying the one lives there. We're talking about the one that lives around there. That's the only reason why.
Ziggy, you're trying to make me look like I'm a bad person, Ziggy. I don't like that at all, you know.
No, I'm just saying it just.
You said that I tried to set Fred up, and I did not set Fred up. I actually was trying to clear Fred on some stuff.
You see, trying to make it so Benny was here and
no. Benny had nothing to do with that. You see, that's mine and Freddie's. You see where he says both Codys is part of the same gang? What both Codys then, Ziggy? You see, that's the question. The who, what, when, where, how.
But big Cody's is in the same doing about the same thing. Maybe. Look at their profiles.
Okay, there's nothing to do with no profile, Ziggy. That right there plainly shows you that he said something about Cody's Comptons. Both Cody Comptons.
Tells me that you were trying to do a setup now. When you're acting like attacking me, why are you attacking me?
Ziggy, Ziggy, let me just say this. I have a lot of pull with a lot of people. And the fact of the matter is, what gets me is there is a lot of things out there.
Like I told you that, like that's supposed to mean, like because he said that they're a part of something similar. Like you're putting what? I'm confused why that's like a thing. Fred never brought up that one guy, the other guy from Kingsport. That was an accident. Somebody, you must have accidentally.
Okay, so it could have been an accident, but he was the one that told me that. Ziggy, that's what.
The Kingsport guy at all. He didn't tell you about Cody Compton out of Kingsport. No, he did not.
He didn't?
No, he told you about.
Then what did he say? Then what is he saying right here in this? But both Cody Compton.
That's him.
But both Cody Comptons, Ziggy.
Because you brought him up and he was just responding to you, Ernie.
They're part of the same gang. You understand that, right, Ziggy? You're not going to, Ziggy, let me just say this. You're not going to be.
I'm not saying bad about what you're saying. I'm just saying.
I know I'm right. I was a bounty hunter for 22 years. I know I'm right. I'm great at this. I am very good at when it comes to tracking people down and it comes to doxing people. I am probably one of the best on YouTube at it. I have real private investigators who work on my team, Ziggy. I have a great freaking team. And I just showed you that that's what it's meant. I don't care how you say it. If you're illiterate, I don't give a damn if you can't speak. That is exactly what he meant.
He brought you the information about the one on 3500.
Now, both Comptons. Now, okay, let's stop, Ziggy. Let's stop. But I'm going to tell you something too. Let me say this, Ziggy. Allegedly, the police found something, Ziggy, and they're going back to the labs with it. And you know what that means, don't you, Ziggy?
Oh, what?
You do understand what that means, okay? What? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm not.
Are you still sticking by the fact that this wasn't a setup?
I didn't set you up. I didn't set Fred up.
What is this? What? So now you're attacking me? What's going on?
If you guys think this was a setup, put a lightning bolt in the chat. If you think it's just about the truth and making people answer and be held accountable, put a tiger in the chat. As simple as that.
This is not a game, please.
I know it's not a game. And you know what? You know what's bad about it, Ziggy? For the last 3.5, 4 years, guess who's treated it like a game?
Oh, who?
You.
Oh, so this was a setup. Okay, bye, Ernie.
Bye, Ziggy, and I'll tell you how you done it. You gonna stick around and let me tell you? No, I didn't think so, Ziggy. You see, Ziggy, when you're sitting there and you're trying to sell your paper and you're trying to get this birthday money and that birthday money and you're pulling this and you're pulling that and you're pulling this, guess what, guys? That's when it does not become, that's when it takes it away from Summer Wells. You're sitting there and you're selling your little notebook paper and your little computer paper and all your other stuff. You got your little whatnot running and all that. Hey, let's put this up in here. Let's do this. Let's do that. You see what I'm talking about? You see, like I said, I have nothing against Fred, but the truth will stand when the world's on fire. You either stand for something or you fall for everything, Ziggy. And guess what? You did more than fall for everything. You lay down for it. And that's what's sad. You yourself criticized your own man. You criticized your own man when you sat there before you knew who he was, before you got connected. You went up there. Oh, I didn't know I was going to get recording him. And next thing you know what was happening, Ziggy, you know what you did? You cut it off in the middle of the live, right in the middle of the live. Don't tell nobody you did, so you could fuck him. And that's exactly what you did. That's exactly. So if you want to talk about everything about principles and about morals and about caring for a little girl that went missing, let me say this. You lost. You lost bad. You see, the fact of the matter is you can hate me, you can say whatever you want to about me, but the thing about me is you will not beat my heart. You will not beat that. And let me say something else to you, Ziggy. I'm too old a cat to be scratched by a kitten. And it is always, everybody, I want everybody to know this. Real facts, this is real facts, real truth, and this is a real crime. People can say what you want to say about, oh, this is going to be brought home. Not the fact of the matter is, the statistics say it's the people around the area, it's the parents, it's the people around the area when these things happen and kids go missing and they're not found. And it's exactly what's happened. And that's how child trafficking happens. You see, when it comes to YouTube and all these other creators, when it comes to child trafficking and human trafficking and all that, you're not going to beat me. And I'm not bragging, but you're not going to do it. I have too much experience in this. And I had this. I had every single bit of this in the first of it. It's just too bad, too sad. It's been too long, and it's time for Summer Wells to come home. And now there's Ziggy. If you want a game, I'm a poet, didn't know it. And that's exactly how it is. Now, You guys can hate me. You can say what you want about me, but you're not going to beat my heart. And if you can't see when passion takes over and the games are out of it, then I don't know what else. Much respect. God bless you all. Thank you all for fighting a good fight. As always, we the people will protect the